WNYT Albany. News Channel 13 live at 5 begins with breaking news.
Good evening, and thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Steve Cooge. Rachel has the night off. Well, tonight, the Bethlehem home of a former United Nations weapons inspector is the focus of a serious FBI investigation. Scott Ritter served in Iraq during the Clinton administration. He was later convicted in an online underage sex sting. Stella Porter is now here joining us with what we're learning this afternoon. A lot of pieces to this one, Stella.
Yeah, hi, Steve. Here's what we saw today. FBI agents at Ritter's home searching 2 cars and coming in and out of the house here. This is video we want to show you of Ritter from a story that Sabrina Dami did back in 2011. Let's see if we can get to that video. He spoke to her about appealing his criminal case and said he had the support of his family. Ritter was convicted in an internet sex sting in 2011. He was arrested by a police department out of Pennsylvania, where officers had posed as a 15-year-old girl. He served time in a Pennsylvania state prison on those charges. An FBI spokesperson says this search is, there's the video of Sabrina Dami speaking with him back in 2011. This search now is part of a federal investigation. The FBI says it cannot comment as long as this investigation is ongoing. Steve, that's the latest. I'll send it back to you.
Well, now you'll be on top of it for us. Thank you, Stella. Well, a dry afternoon outside, but just how long is this going to last? For the answer to that, let's throw things over now to Chief Meteorologist Paul Cayano. He's got a look at your first warning forecast. Paul.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, we're going to squeeze out one nice afternoon here in between the unsettled weather from earlier in the week and what's coming a little later. So let's enjoy this. Look at all this sunshine over Schenectady right now on the CDPHP first warning cam. A few fair weather cumulus clouds around at 78 degrees. It's comfortably warm, and the humidity is down and out of here, at least for the time being. So it's making it feel nice. In fact, mid-70s in the greater capital district, Albany and Schaghticoke up toward Ballston Spa. Notice it's a little warmer up by Whitehall. More sunshine to the north today, and where there's more clouds getting stuck in the 60s and right around 70 to the south, Pittsfield and Alford, barely even getting to the 70-degree mark. But everyone's dried out. We had some morning showers around from Albany south and east into Berkshire County, but those are gone. We're looking at drier weather pushing in from the north, and that means a nice evening if you have plans over the next few hours. Or let's look at it this way. If you didn't get out and do your run or your walk the last couple of days, or you want to get ahead of the game and you know it's going to rain probably late tomorrow and Friday, you get out this evening and enjoy this nice, comfortable weather with temperatures in the 60s with low humidity. We'll talk a lot more about what's in our future, including the remnants of Debbie heading our way and what it means for us coming up in just a bit. Steve.
Very important to know. Thank you, Paul. New at 5, 2 expensive burglaries, 1 suspect. So could they be connected? That's exactly what Guilderland police are now working to determine. The investigation here is related to the burglary at Lola Saratoga at their Stuyvesant Plaza location, and also another burglary at Lola Saratoga on Broadway in Saratoga Springs. Guilderland police say on July 23rd, 3 men broke into the store and stole several high-end items. They tell us at this time it's just too early to determine whether or not these 2 crimes could be related. On Tuesday, Saratoga Springs police say they do now have an arrest warrant out for a man named Tyrone Melton. Melton is accused of burglarizing the Saratoga store back in December of 2023. They say he is one of at least 3 people who took more than $100,000 worth of luxury handbags from that Lola Saratoga location. A 35-year-old man is now recovering after being stabbed multiple times in his back. Albany police say he was attacked in the area of 3rd Street and North Lake Avenue early this morning. Officers say when police arrived at the scene, they found this victim here. He was treated on the scene, but later taken to Albany Med Center. At last check, he was thankfully listed in stable condition. Well, listen up. If you park your vehicle in Troy, you might want to take a look at your tires. Police tell us they're now investigating 2 different tire slashing incidents. Police say the first one happened at a garage located on State Street and 1st Street. And the second slashing, that was located outside a garage that's on 5th Avenue and State Street. Detectives are now looking into identify any suspects. They're also reviewing surveillance video, trying to connect these 2 crimes together. If you got information on them, please give the Troy Police Department a call. Report it to troypd.org. Some really dramatic body camera video right now showing the East Greenbush police officers going through some pretty tough terrain all to rescue a man who was stuck in the woods. The man was injured and yelling for help. We're told an ATV accident caused this injury to him. It happened last month. 3 officers had to make their way deep into the woods from action signs on 9J, making the 500-foot climb through thick branches and brush.
These were 3 brand new officers that took the hard path to go help somebody. It was just boots on the ground type of work. And we really wanted to show that, cops always, get a bad light shed on them, that this was really something good that 3 officers did. They went above and beyond to help this man.
The officers really making it look easy here, but have no doubt this was a tough climb. The man who they helped had a broken leg and was in a whole lot of pain. Officers say he'd been there for about 2 hours screaming for help. The summer season is here, and unlicensed rideshare drivers, they are once again hitting the streets. New at 5, we'll tell you the measures that police are taking to keep all of us users safe.
On first warning alert days, we don't waste a minute. We are interrupting the news at this point because this takes precedent.
Severe weather can happen at any time.
There's been a confirmed tornado on radar.
We know that you are depending on us from that moment until the danger has passed.
We were watching Paul Cayano on your channel. We ran for the basement.
Our team will be right here to keep you informed and safe.
Do not stay outdoors at this moment because the storm is coming.
First Warning 13, severe weather coverage you can trust.
News Channel 13 is your go-to station for live coverage of breaking news in the capital region and beyond.
Our full team coverage brings you closer to the news so you can see what's actually happening in your community.
With real-time updates so you never miss a beat.
See for yourself how the story unfolds in real time.
Watch News Channel 13, breaking news coverage you can trust.
Today, News Channel 13 is saluting Sergeant Carl Neal from Catskill. Sergeant Neal served in the Air Force from 1969 to 1975. He was awarded the Combat and Defense Medal of Honor for his heroic service. We salute him and thank him for his service. Today, Saratoga Springs leaders want unlicensed rideshare drivers to know that they will be arrested if they try to pick up customers. Police have already arrested 2 people over the weekend. They say they were pretending to work for Lyft and Uber, and they were accepting fares. Well, unregulated rideshare drivers were a big problem last summer during track season, and as you might imagine, it is again a problem this year. 13 Investigates Tessa Bentulin rode along with the Saratoga Springs Police Department officer last year to show you exactly how many fake Uber and Lyft drivers there are out there. Now, the Public Safety Commissioner says more cameras and signs are being placed throughout the city.
And we're going to put up some signage that's going to say this area is under surveillance. If you're caught with doing unregulated taxi service, that you'll be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Tim Cole says they also received several complaints from the public about unlicensed rideshare drivers as well. Right now, the Pittsfield Police Department is inviting the entire community out for their annual National Night Out. The celebration is taking place at the Common, that's located at 101st Street. The party will be going on until 7 o'clock tonight. You can expect to see a lot of different activities. We're talking music, bounce houses, my favorite, especially, when you get other bigger kids in there too, fun to push around. There's also going to be free food and a whole lot more. Well, if people are going to be going out to that night out, is it going to be a nice night, a cool night? Probably looks like maybe one of the better ones we've had in a while.
Yeah, certainly. And not only because it's dry, the humidity level's down. So you get that sun, the dry weather, nice humidity. It's comfortable. I can just picture you in the bounce house, though. I like, you're doing the flips in the air.
It's like a mosh pit in there, just bouncing around.
And then you go down, right? And then all the other kids just they fly off into the distance, right?
The best part about getting older, right?
Couldn't agree more. We're looking at just a gorgeous afternoon, see, with lots of sunshine. And SPAC, John Legend tonight. Boy, that's a biggie. And the Philadelphia Orchestra, of course, partly sunny. Couldn't pick a better evening. Boy, they nailed it. Even if you're out on the lawn, it's going to be nice, pleasant. We talked about the humidity, temperatures dropping back through the 70s. And look at all that gorgeous sunshine in Amsterdam here on the CDPHP First Morning Cam, 76. A lot of mid-70s, even some low 70s showing up here in the greater capital district. Notice the cooler temperatures to the south. This is where we've had some clouds hanging on. A little more difficult to get rid of them here in Greene County, Columbia County, southern Berkshire County. So temperatures are a little lower in these locations, but everyone's dry on the First Warning live Doppler radar. Rain showers from this morning sliding down 90 east of Boston, now out over the open Atlantic. Drier air flowing in from that high pressure center over southern Canada. So that push is going to make it nice tonight and dry tomorrow before we start to see the impacts from Tropical Cyclone Debbie, which will be making an approach starting late tomorrow, but especially during the day on Friday. So I think we'll wind up squeezing out a good half a day tomorrow, especially in the morning, with temperatures comfortably in the 50s to around 60 to start and a lot of sun. That'll take us up into the high 70s, but I think clouds will thicken and we're going to start to see some showers here by tomorrow evening. It's not going to rain the whole time through tomorrow evening, night, and Friday, but the first few showers will arrive way out ahead of the system. You could see them here by 7 or 8 o'clock passing through. This is the outermost band of the tropical system. Then it rolls on by, a little bit of a break, but I think Friday has the potential to see some heavy soaking rain here. And just how long this lasts and the exact track of the system will determine if we have to be concerned about some potential flooding in the greater capital district. So we'll track the system up. Here's one of the big differences between today's forecast and yesterday. By Saturday, this system is already slingshotting into the St. Lawrence Valley. And yesterday at this time, it looked like it was going to be hanging out down here. So the faster pace makes it less likely that we'll allow that rain to add up because it's just moving too quickly. Add to that the fact that we've seen this precipitation sort of shift to the north, and the heaviest axis is now off to our west toward Utica rather than right on top of us, which could still happen. But with this shift in the computer guidance, we've lowered our concern a little bit for flooding come Friday night and Saturday morning. We'll still be on top of it. 57 overnight, partly cloudy, 77 tomorrow with increasing clouds and a chance of showers by the end of the day. We still have an alert day out for the heavy rain Friday and Friday night. Things will wind down on Saturday morning and leftover showers on Sunday. So we'll get through this Debbie situation, but the story is not written just yet. There's been some changes in the last 24 hours, but perhaps more changes to come. We'll watch it.
Right. Well, that's why we got the alert day, right? We're keeping an eye on it. Yep. Well, thank you, Paul. And thank you, everybody, for joining us here for Live at 5 on YouTube. Here's Mark Mulholland now with what's ahead at News Channel 13 at 6.
I'm Mark Mulholland outside Great Meadow Correctional Facility in Comstock, Washington County. Today, we're hearing from the State Corrections Commissioner on why they chose to shut down this facility.